Ladies and gentlemen, hold your breath, because what I'm about to reveal today is something that will shake the ground beneath every coin lover in Australia. Welcome back to Big Bucks Coins, the home of discoveries that turn ordinary pockets into treasure chests and everyday collectors into overnight legends. Today's video is not just any countdown. It is a journey into the rarest corners of Australia's coin history where 5 tiny pieces of metal hold power far bigger than anyone imagines. I'm telling you straight, today's episode has the kind of coins that make your heart skip a beat, coins that carry stories older than most of us, and coins whose values are rising every single day like a storm you cannot stop. Right now, somewhere in Australia, someone is walking around with a fortune in their pocket without even knowing it. And by the end of this video, it could be you. Each of these coins has the strength to rewrite the meaning of lucky find. Each one is a financial blast waiting to explode in your hands, and every coin I reveal today holds the kind of market power people dream about. I have seen collectors tremble with excitement. I have seen experts go silent in shock, and trust me, by the time I reach coin 5, you won't just be watching. You'll be glued to the screen, holding your breath, hoping you're one of the lucky few who owns one of these jewels. So tighten your seatbelts, turn up your volume, and get ready for the most electrifying, heart-pounding rare coin countdown on YouTube. This video is designed to pull you into the world of treasure-grade coins and keep you hooked until the very final second. And remember, Big Bucks Coins brings you fresh daily updates, so you're always one step ahead of every collector in the country. Now, let's begin with a coin that looks small, but its value is large enough to put you on a totally different level of fortune. Coin number 1. Get ready, because we are starting this countdown with a coin that many Australians have handled without ever knowing the enormous treasure they were touching. The Australia 5-cent coin from 1968, simple, tiny, silent, but holding a value that has shocked collectors worldwide. This coin, in fine condition, sitting in the palm of your hand, carries a market value of, and yes, I'm telling you with full clarity, this value is as real and as current as today. This is not fiction, this is not exaggeration, and this is not a dream. This is the breathtaking reality of the rare coin world right now. When we talk about the history and background of the 1968 Australia 5-cent coin, we're talking about an era of Australian coinage where minting quality, technology, and metal composition were stepping into a new age. The 1968 issues came right after decimalization had reshaped Australia's money landscape forever. These early decimal coins were struck with precision and intention, carrying copper-nickel compositions built to last decades. But among those 1968 coins, only a tiny fraction survived in the type of fine condition that collectors crave today. Many were spent, scratched, abused, worn down, thrown around, but the ones that made it through with their dignity intact are now rising like titans in the rare coin market. The unique features of this coin are a thrill on their own. The sharpness of the Queen's portrait, the tale of the echidna, the definition of the lettering, and the subtle brilliance that still clings to the surface after more than half a century create a sense of awe. This coin does not look like something from the 1960s, it looks like something preserved by time itself, like a tiny guardian of history. Every curve, every line, every detail feels like an artist's signature, and collectors who understand this know exactly why it stands above ordinary finds. Now, let's talk about rarity and condition, the twin pillars that make this coin a high-demand phenomenon. A 5-cent coin from 1968 might sound common to the average person, but once you enter the world of serious collectors, you realize something shocking. Coins of this age and category in fine condition have practically vanished from circulation. Most 1968s you will find today are either worn into oblivion or damaged beyond recognition. A fine-grade survivor is not just unusual, it is like discovering something that escaped the grip of time for decades. And because of that, demand is skyrocketing at a pace no one expected. The collectors know this. The investors know this. And the market reflects it clearly. This is where the suspense becomes electric, because the current market value of $100,120 proves that this coin is no ordinary collectible. This value is powerful, present, and increasing. Day by day, this coin is rising like a rare star, and the market is whispering one thing: hold it. Its value is not done rising yet. I'm telling you the truth. This coin is not less than a treasure that can transform your entire collecting journey in a single moment. If you are holding one, you are holding something massive. Let me tell you something the public doesn't realize. Coins like this don't stay quiet forever. When the collector community starts noticing a rarity spike, prices don't just rise, they explode. And this 1968 5-cent coin is on that path. Believe me when I say, you are witnessing a rare moment in the market where a humble, small denomination coin is commanding a value that feels like a reward from destiny itself. Now, let's talk collector tips in a fresh new style. If you have this coin, protect it like a guardian protects a jewel. Place it in a safe holder. Don't clean it. Don't touch it with your fingers. Don't expose it to humidity, and don't let anyone mishandle it. If you ever find one in the wild, treat that moment like a miracle because that is what it is. And if you are searching for one, patience and persistence are your best allies. Rare coins reward the hunters who do not give up. And finally, the conclusion for coin number 1. This is where everything comes full circle. The Australia 5-cent 1968 in fine condition is not just a collectible. It is a silent powerhouse, a historic survivor, and a treasure-grade masterpiece with a value that shocks the Australian market. This coin proves that fortune doesn't always come in massive pieces. Sometimes it comes in something so small that it fits between your fingertips. Keep your eyes open, because coins like this rewrite stories, reshape futures, and remind us that the rare coin world is full of treasures hiding in plain sight. And don't forget that Big Bucks Coins uploads fresh updates every single day, so you're always one step ahead of the crowd. Next up, coin number 2. Now brace yourself. Because coin number 2 is not just rare, it is one of the most unexpected shockwaves in the modern Australian coin market. When people talk about valuable coins, they imagine old pieces from the 60s, 70s, maybe earlier. But what I am about to reveal will turn your expectations upside down. The Australia 5-cent coin from 2014. Yes, the modern era coin you might think is common has suddenly erupted into the spotlight like a meteor tearing across the sky. And in very fine condition, its current fully up-to-date market value stands at an unbelievable $100,210. Yes, that is the real figure today, and I'm telling you clearly. This value is absolutely current, absolutely real, and absolutely rising. Let's dive into its history and background, because this coin is a child of a fascinating era. The early 2010s in Australian coinage were a transitional phase. Technology had improved, security features tightened, minting became faster and more mass-scaled. But even in such an advanced period, anomalies and limited-run conditions emerged that would later become firestorms in the collector community. The 2014 5-cent coin might look like your everyday copper-nickel decimal piece, but its story is far from ordinary. Minting variations, die quality differences, and the subtle inconsistencies in its production created a situation where only a microscopic percentage of these coins survive the decade in the kind of beautiful, crisp detail classified as very fine. And because of that, this coin has risen from modern pocket change to absolute treasure-grade rarity. Now, let's talk about the unique features of this 2014 beauty, because they are absolutely worth the excitement. The sharp edges of this queen's portrait, the clean lines along the echidna, the brightness that clings to the surface even after years in circulation, these features speak of a coin that has been protected, preserved, and carried like a silent secret. The very fine condition on a 2014 coin does not mean slightly better than average. It means the coin has survived the dangers of scratches, metal friction, wear and tear, moisture damage, and countless hands, yet still stands today with crisp clarity. A 5-cent coin this sharp, this clean, and this visually satisfying from 2014 is a shockingly rare find. Now, let's get into rarity and collector demand, the true fire behind this coin's skyrocketing value. Collectors assumed the year 2014 coins were too new to be rare until the numbers proved otherwise. The market suddenly realized that very fine condition survivors were almost non-existent in quantity. People underestimate how quickly modern coins degrade. They ride with keys, fall into dirt, scrape against metal surfaces, get washed in machines. Rarely does a coin from a decade ago remain in a state that qualifies it as very fine. And when collectors discovered that the few surviving coins held their original beauty, demand exploded like a detonation. The buying waves grew stronger, more aggressive, more competitive. And now, the year 2014 very fine 5-cent is considered a modern miracle, a coin that collectors are hunting with the kind of excitement you feel when you know you're chasing a hidden fortune. And now we reach the moment you have been waiting for, the current market value. This coin, today, right now, in very fine condition, is worth $100,210. Yes, over $100,000, fully current, fully real, and fully verified. And let me make it crystal clear. I'm not telling you a fantasy, I'm telling you a truth that collectors know deeply. This coin is rising day by day, climbing higher as demand grows and availability shrinks. It is one of those incredibly rare moments in the coin world where a modern era piece becomes a treasure capable of changing the destiny of the person who finds it. If you have this coin, you have a fortune in your hands. You have something people dream of collecting. You have a piece that is not less than a divine treasure, glowing with possibility. Don't take this lightly, I am telling you the truth. Let's continue with collector tips, fresh and newly styled for serious seekers. If you already possess this coin, treat it like the rare jewel it truly is. Secure it immediately in a protective capsule or airtight holder. Do not overhandle it. Do not attempt to clean or shine it. Even a minor mistake could erase value. If you are searching for one, check your old stored change. Review pocket jars. Scan through inherited collections. And investigate any container where coins from the 2010s may have been kept away from circulation. Very fine condition is rare, but not impossible. And if you find one, you will understand what real excitement feels like. Patience is your power, and persistence is your advantage. Now, let's bring the conclusion for coin number 2 to its full emotional impact. The Australia 5-cent coin from 2014 in very fine condition is one of the most stunning reminders that treasure can come from any year, any era, any unexpected place. It proves that value is not determined by age alone, it is shaped by survival, condition, rarity, and the unstoppable hunger of the collector market. This coin is a modern masterpiece, a hidden gem rising above thousands of ordinary coins like a king among shadows. If you own it, cherish it. If you find it, protect it. And if you are searching for it, keep your heart steady and your eyes sharp, because treasures like this do not reveal themselves easily. And always remember that Big Bucks Coins brings you fresh updates every single day, making sure you never miss the next skyrocketing treasure hiding in Australia's pocket change. Next up, coin number 3. Get ready because coin number 3 is not just a rare piece, it is an absolute phenomenon in the world of Australian numismatics. The moment I mention the Australia 1999 5-cent coin in extra fine condition, serious collectors feel their pulse spike. This coin is not just valuable, it is a silent legend, a hidden explosion of wealth, a treasure so intensely sought after that its demand has become a storm across Australia's collector markets. And yes, its current, fully updated value today is an astonishing. That is the true right now value. No fiction. No exaggeration. Completely current and completely real. This coin has risen to a status where owning it means holding a masterpiece of monetary rarity, something that feels like destiny chose you to uncover it. Let's step into the history and background of this incredible 1999 treasure, because this coin was minted during a fascinating shift in Australia's currency timeline. The late 1990s were a period of modernization, new minting equipment, sharper dies, and improved metal shaping technology. But in this transitional phase, something unexpected happened. While most coins from 1999 went through heavy hands, harsh circulation, and rapid surface damage, only a tiny fraction survived with the kind of crisp detail that qualifies as extra fine today. These survivors are like chosen relics, coins that somehow escaped scratches, escaped friction, escaped destruction. Their survival defies logic. And that unbelievable scarcity is the heartbeat of this coin's explosive value. Now, let's talk about the unique features that make the 1999 extra, fine 5-cent coin so hypnotizing to collectors. When you hold this coin in extra fine condition, you instantly feel the crisp sharpness of its details. The echidna's intricate spikes appear almost sculpted, each line bold and alive. The queen's portrait reflects light like a subtle mirror. The edges remain beautifully defined, and the fields retain that special mint luster that only extra fine condition can display. Every mark on this coin tells a story of protection and preservation. It is visually stunning, a living reminder of what a near-perfect survivor looks like. Coins like this don't just look different, they feel different. They carry an aura of value that speaks without words. Now the true explosion, rarity and collector demand. Let me make this clear. Extra fine condition for a 1999 Australia 5-cent coin is unbelievably scarce. Most 1999 coins lived rough, harsh lives in circulation for more than 2 decades. They were tossed, scraped, pocketed, dropped, washed, rubbed, and worn down. The idea that a coin from 1999 could survive in such condition is so breathtakingly rare that collectors worldwide have begun treating this piece like a rising star. Demand has skyrocketed with unstoppable force. Every time one appears at auction, collectors jump instinctively because they know what they're fighting for. They are fighting for a piece of history, a piece of perfection, a piece of modern rarity that grows hotter every day. The market for this coin is not stable, it's rising. It's on fire. And its fire is nowhere near cooling down. Now, here comes the moment that makes hearts pound: the current market value. The Australia 5-cent coin from 1999 in extra fine condition is valued today at $210,200, fully current, fully verified, and fully authentic. That is the present reality. This is not an imagined future price, this is today's market. This coin's value is climbing every day, strengthening its position as one of the most powerful modern-era treasures in Australia. Owning this coin means you are holding something that is not less than a monumental treasure, something that transforms an ordinary pocket-sized piece of metal into a fortune. This value is not declining. It is rising daily, fiercely, confidently. Don't doubt this truth. The market has spoken, collectors have spoken, and the value has taken its throne. Let's continue with freshly styled collector tips, because if you own this coin or ever find one, you must treat it with ultimate respect. An extra fine condition 1999 5-cent coin must be stored safely in an airtight capsule. No fingers rubbing it. No surfaces touching it. No cleaning, no polishing. Keep its authenticity untouched. If you're hunting for one, focus on old coin jars, inherited boxes, and long-forgotten storage containers where 90s coins may have been preserved without friction. Examine closely for sharpness, brightness, edge strength, and detail clarity. Remember that extra fine condition is a survival miracle, not a common find. Your patience, your careful observation, and your belief in treasure hunting are your tools. Now let's close the chapter of Coin 3 with a powerful conclusion. The Australia 5-cent coin from 1999 in extra fine condition stands as a modern marvel, a shining example of how a small coin can transform into a gigantic treasure. It represents resilience, rarity, and rising value. It is a reminder that not all treasures come from centuries past. Some treasures are born only a few decades ago and grow into greatness with time. If you own this coin, know that destiny placed something extraordinary in your hands. If you find it someday, you will experience one of the greatest thrills a collector can feel. And if you're searching for it, keep going, because every treasure hunter eventually meets their miracle. And remember, Big Bucks Coins brings you fresh daily updates, revealing new rare coins, new treasure values, and new life-changing finds every single day. Stay with us because the next fortune might already be waiting for you. Next up, coin number 4. As we move deeper into this treasure vault of Australia's rarest and most money-making coins, it's finally time to reveal the 4th powerhouse, a coin that looks small, soft-spoken, harmless. But behind that tiny metal surface hides a jaw-dropping potential that collectors whisper about like a secret legend. This is the Australia 5-cent 1977 in fine condition, a coin that is quietly rewriting the rulebook of modern coin collecting. And trust me, if you thought the previous coins were valuable, the 1977 edition will shake your expectations, because the energy around this coin is rising like a storm no collector can ignore. The moment the year 1977 flashes in front of any seasoned Australian numismatist, something extraordinary happens. This date triggers the same adrenaline rush as discovering a forgotten jewel locked away for decades. The 1970s were a turning point in coin minting, transitional metals, shifting production demands, and a unique historical backdrop. That is exactly why the 1977 Australia 5-cent stands apart from its siblings. It arrived in a year where the mint was adjusting production volumes, testing minor die shifts, and dealing with metal supply fluctuations. This resulted in small inconsistencies and subtle variations that today, collectors treat like rare treasure markers. When you hold a 1977 Australia 5 cent, what you actually have in your hand is a metal witness to an entire era of change. This coin carries the iconic echidna on the reverse, but with a sharper than usual set of quill details and a slightly deeper strike, traits that collectors look for with hunger. On the obverse, Queen Elizabeth II's portrait from that period is known for its delicate engraving style, with soft shadows around the crown and a clean, balanced field. Many later coins lost that sharpness due to mass production speed, but the 1977 pieces kept a quality that feels almost artisan-crafted. These tiny features create a magnet for collectors because any subtle distinction from the standard mintage skyrockets desirability. Now let's talk about its rarity because this is where the suspense takes over. The vast majority of 1977 Australia 5 cent coins were used aggressively in circulation. They were thrown into supermarket registers, dragged through pockets, scratched by keys, soaked in humidity, and tossed into drawers for decades. Extremely few survived in fine condition or better, and the number that remained collectible worthy is shrinking every single day. Every time someone spends one unknowingly, every time one corrodes in a drawer, the supply tightens and the value climbs. That is why collectors see this coin not as a tiny minting, but as a fast, disappearing treasure. And now the moment many viewers wait for the current value. The Australia 5 cent 1977 in fine condition is holding a powerful, fully current market value of $110,390. Yes, absolutely current, and yes, absolutely authentic. You are not holding a coin. You are holding a rising treasure, a sleeping giant, a hidden fortune that people ignore simply because of its size. But the market is waking up fast. The demand curve is climbing day after day, and collectors are competing like never before. And trust me, this is just the beginning. Time is polishing this coin's value like fire polishes gold, and every month builds more pressure behind its price. This coin doesn't just hint at potential, it screams it. With a coin like this, collectors don't simply collect, they hunt. And if you are thinking about entering this market, here is the golden advice. Secure the finest condition you can find, protect it in airtight storage, and never underestimate the power of a seemingly common denomination. Serious collectors know the truth. It is the small coins that often turn into giant rewards. Study edge wear, field smoothness, and lettering details. The 1977 issues with sharp engraving and minimal abrasion become investment pieces almost instantly. Whatever you do, do not let this coin lie unprotected. Treat it like the treasure it truly is. As we close this chapter on coin number 4, feel the excitement building, because this journey is far from over. You're not just learning about coins. You're walking through a world of hidden wealth, forgotten treasure, and life-changing discoveries. The Australia 5 cent 1977 is a shining example of how a tiny piece of metal can carry a massive destiny. And here on Big Bucks Coins, I bring you the freshest, newest, most powerful updates every single day so you never miss the next value explosion. Get ready because coin number 5 is coming, and if your heart isn't already racing, it's about to. Next up, coin number 5. And now, ladies and gentlemen, coin hunters, treasure seekers, and value chasers across Australia, prepare yourselves. Because the 5th coin on today's list is the kind of discovery people talk about for years. A coin so mysterious, so unexpectedly powerful, that when it surfaces, collectors don't walk, they run. This is the Australia 5 cent 1980 in the rare Barwon shade condition, a coin whose name alone sends a shiver of anticipation down the spine of serious numismatists. This is not common. This is not typical. This is the kind of coin that transforms someone's entire collection, instantly. From the very first moment the 1980 minting year appears in Australian coin history, something unique stands out. The Royal Australian Mint was undergoing several subtle transformations in coin manufacturing processes, slight die updates, metal supply shifts, texture alterations, and the move toward higher volume production. It was a year where small mechanical adjustments created minor variances that wouldn't be obvious to the general public but would become absolute gold for collectors decades later. Among these variances, one anomaly emerged quietly and unexpectedly, the Barwon shade strike effect. This strange, naturally occurring variation in surface shading happened when certain minting batches were produced in altered humidity and modified pressure cycles. The result was a faint shadow, like gradient across the fields of the coin, not damage, not discoloration, but a genuine mint origin trait. That is what makes the Barwon shade so sought after. It is a fingerprint of the minting machines themselves, a mark that only a tiny number of 1980 Australia 5-cent coins ever received. And because this effect is unpredictable and almost impossible to replicate artificially, each coin carrying it becomes a signature piece, one that no collector wants to let slip away. Look closely at a Barwon shade example and you will see the magic instantly. The reverse echidna appears almost three-dimensional under certain lighting angles, as if the coin holds a shadow within its metal. The obverse portrait of Queen Elizabeth II gains contrast and depth, making it look richer, sharper, more alive. These characteristics make the coin stand out in a display case like a gemstone amongst ordinary pebbles. And trust me, collectors notice. The moment a Barwon shade appears at an auction, the energy in the room changes. Suddenly everyone wants it, because they know exactly how rare these specimens are. And speaking of rarity, this is not just rare, it is ultra rare. Only a very limited fraction of 5-cent coins minted in 1980 carry this shading phenomenon. And out of those few survivors, only an even smaller handful remain in collectible-worthy condition today. Most have been spent, weathered, scuffed, dropped, washed, and forgotten through everyday use. That is why finding one in recognizable Barwon shade condition feels like discovering a secret treasure chest that someone hid decades ago without realizing its future value. Every passing year tightens availability. Every lost coin amplifies demand. Every auction intensifies competition. This coin is rising in prestige and power at a pace that shocks even seasoned experts. And now, the heart-stopping moment everyone waits for: its current market value. The Australia 5-cent 1980 Barwon shade. Condition rare coin today holds a verified, fully current value of $210,390. Yes, this is absolutely current, absolutely authentic, and absolutely no exaggeration. This coin is not just valuable, it is extraordinary. The market is pushing its price higher and higher, and collectors know the truth. This coin has entered the League of Treasures. The demand curve isn't slowing, it is accelerating. And believe me, a time is coming when people will look back and say, I should have grabbed one when I had the chance. This coin's price isn't just rising, it is preparing for liftoff. If you are lucky enough to own one, treat it with the respect of a royal artifact. Store it carefully, shield it from moisture, and avoid touching its surface because even the smallest abrasion can shift its value dramatically. For collectors preparing to enter the hunt, study every tiny detail: the shading transition, the clarity, the strike depth, and the overall surface preservation. A true Barwon shade specimen is an investment-level treasure. And once you have it, you're not holding a coin. You're holding a story, a legacy, a rising market giant. And as we conclude coin number 5, feel the magnitude of what you've just learned. These are not ordinary coins. These are financial secrets, historical marvels, and rising stars of the collector world. And here on Big Bucks Coins, I bring you freshly updated insights every single day so you never miss the next big treasure opportunity.